Hi everyone, my name is Aishwarya Krishnakumar. I am a brand technical specialist with IBM Storage, and today I'll be talking to you about IBM's Storage Protect for Cloud, or SP4C solution. SP4C is a born-in-the-cloud IBM solution, and it delivers data backup and restore for several platforms from Microsoft 365, Google Workspaces, Salesforce. Today, I'll be talking to you specifically about SP4C for Microsoft 365. So that protects your data for cloud workloads such as Microsoft Exchange, Teams, and OneDrive. During this presentation, I'll give you a quick introduction on SP4C, and then I'll go through a couple different demos that illustrate the different use cases of SP4C. The main emphasis of this presentation is on why you should protect your Microsoft 365 data with a third-party solution such as IBM's SP4C. So I'll start off by talking about what protection Microsoft 365 covers. Microsoft does offer built-in data protection. The built-in backup services are designed to help address customers' requirements for data center redundancy and disaster recovery. They support the primary 365 workloads, and they can help users and admins by providing recycle bins, version control, and soft deletion functions. However, when it comes to security and compliance protections, there are limitations with Microsoft 365's built-in data protection. While Microsoft protects against some data loss, they don't offer protection when it comes to loss of data due to departing employees, loss of data due to malicious insiders or hackers, or even long-term accidental deletion. In fact, loss of data due to user and admin errors are actually one of the most common data loss events, but Microsoft's built-in capabilities do not protect against these. For example, if a user loses an email or if an admin forgets to set a retention policy, it is the organization's responsibility to have backed up that data, not Microsoft's. So that brings the big question: whose responsibility is it to protect SaaS data as a whole? Is it the service providers or is it the customers? Well, the answer is both. While the service provider offers limited built-in data protection capabilities, the key word here is limited. So when it comes to security and compliance and a full backup and restore protection, that falls under the customer's responsibility. In fact, even the Microsoft 365 license agreement recommends that their customer regularly back up their data using third-party apps and services. And if you think about it, this is not only a recommendation, but more so a requirement if customers want to protect their entire cloud workloads. So this is where IBM's SP4C comes into the picture. SP4C is a born-in-the-cloud backup solution, and it helps organizations protect their different 365 workloads. You don't have to install anything locally, you don't have to maintain any infrastructure, and once the options are set, you can forget about having to do them again, which can save time and resources for your organization. Now I'll go ahead and show you a couple different demos that will illustrate the different capabilities within SP4C. During the first demo, I'll show you some of the self-service restore capabilities of SP4C. So let's say that you have an employee and they accidentally deleted one of their own emails. Using this self-service recovery capability, they would be able to restore the email that they deleted all by themselves. So let's go ahead and demonstrate that. So let's say I'm one of your coworkers named Adele. I've logged on to Adele's Microsoft Outlook, and here we see this very important budget-related Excel sheet that her manager has sent to her. She goes ahead and she saves this to her OneDrive. So if we open up OneDrive, go to our files, we see that this budget file is saved right here. Since it's saved in her OneDrive, she goes ahead and she deletes the email. Going back to her OneDrive, let's say that in this scenario, Adele accidentally deletes the budget file from her OneDrive. And let's say time has passed and she accidentally empties the recycle bin as well. Now she really needs this budget file back, but it's no longer in her recycle bin, it's no longer in her files, and she no longer has the email. So essentially, this budget file is nowhere to be found. And this is where IBM's SP4C can come into the picture. So let's log on to Storage Protect for Cloud using Adele's email. And here we see the home page for Storage Protect for Cloud. We've logged on using Adele's email, and here we see our recovery portal. So let's go ahead and click on this, and the recovery portal is 100% self-service. So now, as you can see, it asks us what type of item we want to restore. It could be something from Exchange, OneDrive, or even a Teams chat. So in this case, Adele wants to restore something from her OneDrive, so let's click on that. We can use the advanced features to search for the file. We can use the tree mode in case she has a ton of different files. She can go here and use the hierarchy to sort through and find out her file. So let's type in budget. And here we see the budget file that she wants to be restored. So let's click on that and hit restore. And just like that, a restore job has started. So let's go to the request history on the left side and check on the status. So this page has all of the different jobs that we've done in the past. It shows us what type of Microsoft component that we've restored, the job type, the status, the start, and the finish time. Now, one of the really great things about this recovery portal is that it is 100% self-service. As we're seeing, Adele accidentally deleted one of her files, and now she's able to restore this without any additional help. And here we see the finished restore job. We see that it took about 2 minutes to finish. And now Adele can go back to her OneDrive and she will see the Excel file back where it started. So let's go back to her OneDrive, and here we see the Excel budget file back where we first saw it. So hopefully that gave you a really good understanding of SP4C's self-service recovery portal. It is 100% self-service, so Adele was able to recover a file that she accidentally deleted without requesting any additional help. And you might be wondering, maybe you don't want every single employee to have this right. Well, that is completely okay. SP4C is very flexible. So not everyone has to have the right to recover things by themselves. And that will be my second demo that I'll show you, which is a great addition to the self-service capability, because this next demo will show you how you can set different permissions for different users or admins. Here I've logged on to a different employee. His name is Martin. Martin is working on a very important project called the Pied Piper. So we've created a folder called the Pied Piper, and in this scenario, Martin is going to put this email into that folder, and he's going to accidentally delete this Pied Piper folder. Let's say time has passed and he accidentally deletes it from the deleted items as well. Now he really needs this folder back, but it's no longer in his Outlook. Unlike Adele in our first demo, Martin does not have permissions to access that self-service recovery portal. So he won't be able to go and recover his data by himself. However, he knows that his manager, Barry, has additional permissions within SP4C. So let's go ahead and swap to Barry's profile. Here is the homepage for SP4C. We've logged on using Barry's email. And what we're going to do is click into our SP4C for Microsoft 365. So here is the homepage for SP4C. We have all the different backups that Barry can do, but I'll go into this a little later. But for right now, we have an important task to do. We have to help restore one of our employees' folders. So let's go and click Restore on the left side. Here we see all of the different Microsoft 365 components that we can restore. It could be something from Exchange, OneDrive, Teams, or even a Power BI dashboard. In this case, our employee Martin has asked us to restore something from his Outlook, so I'll click on Exchange. And Barry has additional permissions within SP4C. So Barry can restore things for himself as well as for other people within his team. So I'll type in Martin's name because that's who I want to help restore something to. And I want to restore an entire folder. So I'll click on Folder. If I wanted to, I can search by the folder name, but in this case, I'll hit search and I'll see what we get. So here we have a list of all of the different folders that Martin has had in his Outlook or currently has in his Outlook. So I'll scroll down to find the Pied Piper folder. I'll click on that, and if I wanted to, I can change the recovery point as well, which gives us a calendar of the different points that we can recover from. I'll keep it as is, and I'll hit Restore. Now it gives us some other options as well. We can either restore to the original location or a different one. We can restore all of the items within the folder or only certain items. I'll keep everything as is, and I'll hit Next and hit Restore. And just like that, a restore job has started, so I can go to the job monitor on the left side to check the status. So here we have a list of all of the different jobs that we've done. We see the different components. If we wanted to, we can click on filters on the right side, and we can filter by the Microsoft component as well. We see the job type, so whether it was a backup or a restore. We see the status, the start, and the finish time. So let me go ahead and refresh this page. And here we see the job that we've requested right now is in progress. So as you can see, the start and the finish time are very close together. It takes a couple minutes or so to finish. So SP4C does follow an incremental forever backup strategy. So while the first backup may have taken a little bit longer, after that it's all just incremental. So it takes a couple minutes or so. So after refreshing it one more time, I see that this job has finished in about a minute. Now, Barry can let Martin know that if he goes back to his Outlook, he should see that Pied Piper folder right back where it started. So switching back to Martin's Outlook, we see the Pied Piper folder right here with the email back where we put it. So hopefully this shows you how you can change rights and permissions for different users within SP4C. We first saw a demo with Adele, who was able to use the self-service portal to recover something that she accidentally deleted without requesting any additional help. And our second demo showed us the delegated admin permissions within SP4C. We saw that Martin deleted a folder accidentally in his email, and since he did not have access to that self-service portal, he asked his manager, Barry, who was able to restore something for him. Now I'll go ahead and give you a quick overview of some of the different components within SP4C. So starting back at the home page for SP4C for Microsoft 365, we have all of the different Microsoft 365 components that you can back up. And for each individual component, you can configure it independently. So you can change the backup scope, which is what you actually want to protect, and you can change the backup frequency, which is the number of backup jobs you want to run per day. And you can do up to 4 jobs per day. Next up on the left, we have our Restore tab. And under the Restore tab, we did go over this a little, but we have all of the different components that you can restore. And depending on your permissions, you can either restore it just for yourself or for others as well. Next up, we have our Data Management tab, and under this tab, we have additional options that let you control your data. And then we have several reports that you can use. One report that I would love to highlight is our Unusual Activities analysis. So if any activity gets tagged as being suspicious, for example, a potential ransomware attack, you would find it on this dashboard. And not only would it provide reporting, but it would also offer guidance for the best way to recover from a malware attack. Another report that we can talk about is our end user restore report. So here you can see who has used that self-service portal in the last 30 days. So in this case, we see that Adele has used the self-service portal 3 times in the last 30 days. And lastly, we have our job monitor tab. And this is really a one-stop shop to seeing all of the different jobs that you've done in the past or that you're currently working on. So with that being said, we've gone through some of the major capabilities that SP4C offers. We talked about how it offers a self-service restore that can save time and resources for your organization. And we also talked about how SP4C has very flexible limits, so you can control what each user, what each admin can access or restore. So IBM does offer a 30-day free trial for Storage Protect for Cloud, and this will let you experience the full capabilities of SP4C and really see for yourself how simple this solution is to set up and to use. And lastly, we do have a lot of different resources for SP4C, so please do check this out. And if you have any questions, definitely reach out to us. Thank you so much for your time.